Well, happy Friday, friends. Welcome back to another episode here of Life in the Higham House. It is Friday. The weekend is here. And man, we are looking forward to the weekend because the week has been another crazy week. Not so much because of our busyness. We've had our it's been a normal week that way. But it's been a crazy week because of all of the rainstorms. So if you've been following any of the weather coming into like the southeast, the Ohio Valley, northeast, like we had major storms come through. We've had significant rain, tornadoes, hail, snow, slush, freezing rain. Lots of flooding, lots of areas with power outages, mudslides, schools have been closed. I mean, it has been a week. Monday was like the best day, and then from Tuesday on, it's been crazy. And kids have been out of school even today. School got canceled today, but all of their after-school activities are happening today, which I can't figure out. If the school is closed and they don't want people out and about, why are we still having afternoon sports and practices and activities? Like, if school closes, like, everything should be canceled. Everything should be shut down for the sake of safety and all that stuff. I don't get it. I don't know what has happened in our world. We've gotten to a place that our school sports are so important, and I'm not condemning them. I'm just saying, what happened? I mean, our kids have played sports all through their elementary, middle school, high school careers, and I just feel like it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. The attention, the importance of I don't know. I don't know. And it's not my soapbox time. This is not what I'm vlogging about. I'm not vlogging about sports and schools and all that stuff. That's another topic that, I don't know. I won't share it ever because I think I'm in a minority of how that looks. And like I said, my kids played all the sports. Like, we are very active sports people and high school sports people and all that. But no, I'm vlogging because it's Friday. And it has been a doozy of a day. We've had, just today, we've had hail, we've had snow, we've had slush, we've had sunshine, we've had rain. It's just been crazy. The temperature right now is 40, 41. It's cold and it's gross. And even now, it's snowing. It just started snowing. I have snowflakes hitting my windshield. I'm on my way to pick up Brea because, like I said, even though schools were canceled, we still have after-school practice, and there's still a lacrosse game tonight we have to go to, and it's going to be cold. But the snow is falling again, so we're heading down to pick Brea up. So, yeah, it's I don't know. Let's just change topics altogether. All right, so it's Friday. The weekend's here. What do you have planned for the weekend? We have what I think is going to be a very quiet weekend. Other than some projects around the house, I think it's a stay-home weekend, which has been good because, except for Easter, we haven't had very many stay-at-home weekends. We have been out and about and traveling. There's been ministry stuff. There's been just all sorts of things that's kept us going on the weekends. So the weekend before Easter, it would have been Palm Sunday weekend, we just did a bunch of projects around the house. Got into replacing the ceiling fan in the kitchen, trying to replace the vent fan in the master bathroom, working on projects around the house, getting some things cleaned up and gotten rid of because summer's coming and we have work to do. So that was the first weekend we were home, and we turned it into a work weekend and got a ton of stuff started and a bunch of things finished, so it was all good. And then last weekend, just time with Nate and his family, celebrating Easter and Resurrection Sunday. Like, that was a sweet weekend. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't do anything. We just enjoyed time as a family. We dyed eggs. We had an egg hunt. We went to church on Easter Sunday. We watched The Passion. Like, we just enjoyed some much needed family time. Although in all of that, we missed Logan. I think I said that in the last vlog. He unfortunately was not able to join us for this, and so we missed him. But he is planning to come home on Memorial Day weekend, because that's the weekend that Asher will graduate. Yep, we are graduating our 4th child out of high school. Yeah, that'll be a topic for another vlog episode for sure, because, man, 4 kids to go through high school and graduate, like, that just leaves Brea. Brea's the last one, and she will only have 3 more years before she graduates. It's so crazy. But yeah, so we posted some pictures yesterday of the flooding in some of the areas, particularly around our kids' school. I don't think any serious damage. There have been some flooded basements. There's been some evacuations and stuff like that. I don't think anything super serious. I do know that where we live in West Virginia, there is an island in the middle of the river, and people live on the island. I know a lot of the island was underwater, so our thoughts and our prayers have been with those folks. Because it's not fun when the water comes in and you've got to deal with that. But that's part of the risk of living on an island, is that it could flood, and it flooded, and a lot of the island did. But we got some pictures, some video of around the kids' school, and what we showed you yesterday. I thought I had talked over the video, but I don't think the microphone picked it up. But what you were seeing, and I might drop the same video in here again so you guys can see the video again, but what I was trying to show you is, looking over that little cliff there is a road that leads to the sports fields and the field house for our kids' school. And on the far side of that is a river that runs alongside the property of the school. Actually, it's in between the school and a Kroger grocery store that sits there. And what I was trying to show you yesterday was how significant the flooding was. Now, where the river generally runs, there's a good 10 to 15 feet of bankment that goes up, and a lot of it's concrete. Like, it's a huge wall. If you slide down it, you're not sliding back up. Like, you're gonna walk out of the creek by going down the creek and then walking out. And then even over that, like, you've got to get over some of the hill, and then there's trees, and then you get into the fields, and then there's a road, and then it goes up into the campus, and it gradually climbs. And so what I was showing you was that field. Now, that field holds a soccer field, a baseball field, a softball field, and then just an open, flat field that leads along the side of the river. And then you get into, where that road takes you down to the field house and, the gymnasium and all that stuff. Well, the water had risen so far up that it completely covered the soccer field, the baseball field, the flat open space field, and the road leading to the field house. And then the other part of the video that I was trying to show was their entrance to the school, and that was underwater, and so you were not able to get in and out of the school through the main entrance, so we had to use the back entrance to get in. The other shot that Brea took was of that particular river. And again, there's a good 10-15 feet from like where the street is and the bridge is to where the water generally flows. And what you could see in that was the water was, within inches of coming over and even into the street that we were passing. So if you saw that yesterday in the vlog, or maybe just saw it here as I reposted it, there was a lot of water. And we just kind of drove around a little bit and looked at the different creeks and see how things were flowing, and it was pretty impressive. And so we're still new to the area. We've only been living in West Virginia for about 5 years now. October will end the 5th year, begin the 6th year for us. But we were kind of like, why are they canceling school for this? And I guess what happened was, back in 2004, they had another significant flood, but one that impacted some of the public schools. One particular public school that sits pretty low in the area. And what happened was the floods came in, and I guess students got I don't want to say trapped, but got stuck at one of the elementary schools, where they had to actually evacuate them through the water. And one of the teachers that we know was like, oh, the water was waist deep. Then they went up to the middle school and stayed in the middle school, but because the flooding was so bad, they had to spend the night in the middle school. They ran out of food. All these things that he was telling us. But we weren't here for any of that. And so we're kind of like, why are you canceling school for rain? But then when he shared all of that, I guess it kind of makes sense that a school would be a little more cautious about being open when flooding was taking place. So it made a whole lot more sense to us. And then when we came down and actually saw how quickly things flooded, then we were like, yeah, probably a really good decision that they canceled school as they did, and tried to keep like the buses and some people home. Like the community didn't shut down. Businesses were still open. People went to work. Like, it wasn't a shutdown of everything. It was just eliminating the schools, and I think it's a good decision, because it kept buses, it kept kids, it kept what could have been a whole lot more traffic and congestion, kept all those things off the road. Plus, on some of the side roads, we did have a few mudslides. There was a significant mudslide on one of the roads that we traveled to get in and out of town. In fact, we forgot that the road was closed, and I actually drove down to it and had to turn around and go back, which was kind of annoying because I forgot that that road was closed. But yeah, that's the condition of things. So it's Friday. There's still a little bit more rain in the forecast. Like, it's now raining. It was snowing, but now it's raining. We'll get a little bit more rain, I think, tonight. A little bit more rain tomorrow. And then I think it's supposed to clear up and finally dry out. So I'm on my way to pick up Brea. I'm about to turn into the school. So we're going to see for the first time what it looks like with some of the water having now receded away. We should be able to see the ball fields. We should be able to see the soccer field. And it looks like the road into the school is clear. So I'm going to head on in there, and we'll grab some quick video of that. And yeah, you can get a chance to see the before and the after. All right, so check this out. All right, so I'm coming in, and this was the area that was completely underwater. There was no way of coming in. This was probably a good foot or two high here. That is the baseball field, which was completely underwater. And we'll come around, and this road that I'm on now, this road was all underwater. But it looks pretty dry now. You can still see there's a little bit of wetness out on the fields. Here's the girls' softball field. You can still see how much water there is on the field itself, but all of this was underwater. You can see some damage to the fencing there. This is the flat field I was telling you about. Looks like they have it set up for soccer, but there's still some water on that. But look, you can see the river. The river's right there. Like, that river is typically 10 feet lower than this. Yesterday, it was over and completely covered the parking lot. It was all the way up here. And so, there's a good shot. And right here is where it's all concreted. The bank is all concreted. Look at that. That is incredible. That's incredible. Well, happy Saturday. We ended yesterday's vlog talking about the floodwaters. I was trying to show you a little bit of what things were like and how they've already receded. But it's now Saturday. It's actually Saturday afternoon. We spent most of the day running some errands, and we attended a memorial service for some friends of ours. And so now we're just back at the house, and it's kind of nice. It's only in the upper 40s, late 50s, but look, that's the sun. Haven't seen the sun in, I don't know, a week. So it's out. Feels good. I thought we'd give the chickens a few minutes to kind of run around, so they're out. We're trying to dry out their coop, and we're introducing some of the new chicks to the older chicks. And so far, so good. They're not quite ready to move into the coop permanently. They have a few more weeks before they can do that. But we've been trying to put them outside. It's still a little chilly today, so I don't want to put the little ones out. But we've come to the place where some of our chicks were a week older than the others. And so they're like twice the size of the chickens that we have. And so they're the ones that I brought outside to kind of let them get outside a little bit, kind of scratching the grass, meet the older chickens. Yeah, it's all good. But the chickens are out running around. It's almost time to get into the gardens and start tilling over and getting ready to plant. I think we got one more week before we can do that. But I want to wrap the vlog up. I don't want to add too much to this because I know it's already going to be a 15-minute, maybe 20-minute vlog, just going over all of the storm stuff. But I wanted to make sure I came back and said thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of our story. And we got some exciting things that we're going to share coming up this week. So make sure you check in here on Monday. And we got one big announcement. Yeah, excited to share that with you guys. So there we go. Got to find some light. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time right here, Life in the Higham House. Later.